Whoa.
How you doing?
Good morning. Good morning.
Hey,
good
I want to.
morning. Oh, it's a good morning.
Okay. I was showing my students my analytics, and I noticed something yesterday. 0.3% of my viewership is in Germany. Who's watching me in Germany, I wonder?
0.3%?
0.3. So that means
that's like not even a full person.
We haven't heard from Angelo Kelly lately.
Right.
I reached out to him, so I think he's just taking a break.
Good. He should. He had a bit. Yeah. Oh, the Wax is live now.
Yeah.
So, do we all love that? Oh, excuse me.
Oh, check this out.
The Wax.
Oh, I just muted it.
All right. Congratulations.
The Wax got a shout out from Steve Hoffman on his Instagram.
Oh, yeah. You won't let me break news.
You just broke wind.
So Jim, you know, when I say this into speech to text, I go Gemini, and it puts Gemini. Hey, Jim and I went to one of the worst audio shows you could possibly attend.
Okay, yeah.
On Saturday. It's called The Show. It's always in Orange County for some weird reason. If you're going to do an audio show in LA, do it in LA, not in Orange County. Okay. I feel bad for all the manufacturers or whatever you want to call them, the audio companies. The main was one floor of a hotel, one floor. And it wasn't even the whole floor. It was half the floor.
Yeah.
Secondly, there were other areas where there was stuff, but we go into rooms that were dialed up with all this shit. And the best sounding speakers we heard, I forgot the name.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
Were these small, tiny speakers.
Yeah, they were good. They were quite good.
Small, but how expensive?
I think they were in the, I don't know. I think
it was funny. There were some speakers that looked like they cost a lot.
And didn't.
They didn't. I mean, for audio show, like $4,000 for a set of speakers. Didn't no. But
yeah, it was an interesting show. If I paid $30 to get in and there was one room of stuff to look at, I'd be pissed.
But you got to meet Steve Hoffman.
Well, that was
Joe. Jim knows Hoffman.
I have met him.
I've met him. So here's the
look at that.
Is that real video?
No, that's actually someone AI.
That's AI bullshit.
Is he a nice guy?
Very nice.
Very nice.
Good.
So, and he reposted our picture on his thing.
And I commented. So are you remastering the Wax?
Yeah, but you made the same comment on
yours, but that was on his, and he gave it a thumbs up. So he has a sense of humor. He doesn't seem like he would, but he has a good sense of humor.
He was cracking jokes and stuff.
Yeah, he mastered some great.
But he's so quiet. You know, he's going to be on Westminster Friday.
Yeah,
my friend Bob Donnelly had like breakfast with him two days there, and he just said that guy is such a depth of knowledge. He knows.
Bob said that he had breakfast with him, and sitting on the other side was Kevin Gray. And he was worried that they would interact with each other.
Well, they're fine with each other.
No, that's what he said. Okay. I was just about to say something. Now I forgot. Thank you.
Hey, this is kind of like a first for Rob. I've never seen you just completely.
No, hold on.
Early on,
Jim, this is this high-end turntable Jim is selling.
It's so ugly.
So Jim is trying techniques to make it appeal to more people. He put a piece on it.
Oh, it looks like one of those pressure cookers. He could do.
Yeah, he put a cake on it.
It looks like something out of an old washing machine.
This is the best one. He put a Ford set of all steel radial.
Now that you put outside of a tire store, and that will draw customers.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sure it's a paltry sum you're asking for that turntable.
That turntable is about 20 years old. At the time, I think it sold 20 years ago. I think it sold for about $16,000. Today, it's about 35, something like that. I mean, my wife can't get over it. In real life, that thing is fucking gorgeous. It's so beautiful. I haven't been able
You
quite
wouldn't know
often
from the photograph.
set up, huh?
You wouldn't know from the photograph. That's the good.
It's hard to shoot. That thing's impossible to shoot because
that
it's
looks like those old, when you see like cars stacked up down in North Carolina out in the backyard, the back 40 by the outside.
That goes along with
It's here in Washington too. It's everywhere.
No, but the thing of it is Mazzy, I'm starting to think.
Refrigerator part.
When was the last time you did have your eyes checked?
2 years ago.
Okay, we're due,
When
brother.
Jim,
one thing I've noticed at the audio show, not a lot of turntable.
There were very few turntables because think of it. If you're going to go set up, you want to set up a turntable, or you just want to sit there and play.
Yeah,
stuff
but if you sell turntables, then you want to show turntables.
Hey, it's always been that less than half the people that attend those shows even have turntables.
Okay, so when I've been to good shows and there's been a lot of turntables, they're not the best looking things.
Turntables?
Very gaudy looking.
I personally think that's a gaudy looking turntable. My wife likes it. I think it's.
Let's get to the main point here, Jim. What's your bottom line price? If somebody's negotiating, what can they get you down to on that turntable? Okay,
so that turntable has a very nice tone arm. It's got a
family and friends cost.
I'm with the tone arm and with the marble table that it's on, because the spikes, it's so heavy. That turntable is so heavy, and the spikes, you should see what it did to my wooden desk. Destroyed it. So you've got to put it on marble. So with the marble and the Schroeder, $8,000.
So does that include the undercoating and the extended warranty?
No, hey, don't laugh. I called the guy that makes them. He's up in Colorado, and I thought it was chrome. It's aluminum. It's so shiny, and it had some like oxidation on it. I go, what can I do to clean it? And he goes, oh, well, we're powder coating them now. Send it back and I'll powder coat it any color you want.
For how much?
I didn't ask. I said, what about cleaning it? And he turned me on to Flitz. It's Flitz. Flitz works every time.
Don't you use that on athlete's foot?
I've never even seen this shit. Is good.
And erectile dysfunction that works on everything.
Elliot knows. And it cleaned that turntable right up. It really did. I had so much. I wanted to keep cleaning. Honey, what do we got? What needs cleaning?
Hey, I expect Elliot to go. And did you know Flitz is manufactured right over here?
It's in Winston-Salem.
Elliot, I'm a little disappointed in the you're in North Carolina?
Yes.
I was a little disappointed in the North Carolina booth at America 250. I can say no more. Let's move on.
They fortunately, they took that down.
I know. They were asked to take it down.
Yeah, but hold on. It's a bear shit in the woods situation.
Yeah. Nobody saw it.
If no one was there to attend it, did they actually see it?
And it's my understanding that the administration just contracted with anybody they could line up to.
No politics.
It wasn't sponsored by the state itself.
I hear you.
It was private entities.
Hold on. Actually, there is something, and I'm not being political about that. And Elliot should know. I think Elliot would be something he would know.
Yeah.
Hey, Record Talk. Are you serious?
Hold on. I am talking, Jim. So you wait until I'm done.
Record Talk just fixed a health problem.
Okay, so type in the comment response to him. So the Smithsonian for a while was working on a celebration for our 250th anniversary, and I remember this very well as a 8-year-old.
Yeah.
They were trying to do similar things for our bicentennial. So they were planning. They had a budget.
That was a big deal.
Years of planning, because every year I think the Smithsonian puts on this event, and they were going to make this huge. And the administration came in and took over it, and that's what you see now. They were going to have concerts and bands and all
It
this.
should be about the country, not
I
one
think
person.
you're
Mazzy, we're not
entirely correct.
talking about that, but I'm kind of
That's what happened. That's what it's
I think that's entirely right, Rob. Yes.
Yeah.
Can I inject here? I think it's always been commercial bullshit. I think
Well, it is always commercial back.
The Smithsonian, hold on. The Smithsonian puts
our commercial bullshit.
The Smithsonian puts on this event. It's a very Americana.
Well, that I can imagine.
But
I've never heard of it.
I think at this point in time, the Smithsonian Institute and Folkways branch of the Smithsonian in general, they are just keeping their head down and their mouth shut and just trying to ride through this without drawing any attention to themselves, which is the wise thing to do, because all things will pass.
Okay. That enough of stuff like that.
Absolutely. Hey, how about a bargain I want to let everybody know about?
Is it we can get a hat like yours?
Well, badass hat.
I can hook you up with a hat like mine too. Hudson Audio. I think they make good Hudson Hi-Fi. I think they make good quality stuff.
I buy the 500 pack of inner.
Yeah, I do too. But it's my guess, Elliot, that there's a factory in the Asia. But in the morning, they stamp Hudson. In the morning, they stamp Hudson Hi-Fi on it.
They're based in New York, and so they could very well be importing all this. But
no, they are. I mean,
so what?
Okay,
no,
but anyway, you can go right now on Amazon and probably on eBay, and the deal they've got is 250 inners and 250 outer sleeves for $66 and change. I went ahead and bought and doubled that up, so I got 1,000 total, 500 inners and 500 outers. Cost me $143, so just over 14 cents a sheet of sleeve, which is about, usually I'm paying about 18 to 22 cents per. So that's a really good deal.
Well, there's a better deal, Elliot. I typically, probably every 3 months, buy 500 of the inner sleeves from Amazon, and it's $88 for 500.
82 now.
Not 82. So it fluctuates.
That's what I get.
Yeah, that's what I get too.
I get my outers locally.
Of the inners, outers tend to be a little more expensive than the.
Well, I buy a different brand of outer sleeves, and I get 100 for $18.
Now here's what you can do.
What is your brand for your inners?
I'll pull it up right now.
I usually buy invest in vinyl.
So these Hudsons, the Hudsons at 582, but you can subscribe to them, and they're only 74.
Now,
but how often do you need them?
I think I clean and process a lot of records. I don't need to subscribe.
Plus,
wait, hold on. You said 500 for $82.
Yeah.
Yes.
This deal's better. This is 500 for $72 basically with tax. So this is a little better deal. Well, it's just a special I'm sure they're running. It's probably not all the time, but what they're selling it in a 2-pack, they're selling you.
And I can order them. I can order them right now and get them overnight between midnight and 4 a.m. delivered to me right here in Seattle.
250 outer, 250 inner for 6. So that's 500 total. So that's
here's the outer ones I buy. It's $19 for 100. The brand, the brand is EVEO.
Okay, so that's 19 cents. That's about what I was saying, about 17 to 22 cents on the ouners, usually, and a little bit less, 15 to 18 cents for the inners. But this deal like I said, it was 1,000 total. It was 2 packs of 250 of inners, 250 ouner total, $66 plus your tax.
That's
So-
the first time I ever heard of you talk about rap when you said 2 packs.
Okay, I want to address this comment. I don't owe Too Many Records any apology. He's a douchebag. Secondly, if you did watch Westman, the way, here's what he did. Ask me a question, Mazzy. Ask me a question.
I'm not going to be participating in this because
Ask me a question,
I think you're a little
Mazzy.
harsh on people up front.
No.
Okay,
Can
why
I
are
borrow
you
$5,
such an asshole,
Rob?
Rob?
Uh-huh.
Here, I got a question.
Why are you
I have a
such an
question.
asshole,
Can I
Rob?
borrow
Here's my
$5?
Well, hold on. That's a good question. Let Mazzy ask it again.
Why are you such an asshole, Rob?
Well, Mazzy, I think Elliot and Jim and Mazzy will agree with me. He did shit like that all the time. Oh, let me speak for the other two better, bigger guys, and let me include myself in with them.
Give it a rest, Rob.
I think Mazzy, I think you all agree that I could give it a rest. I think Elliot and Jim and Mazzy and Kimbo and Bambi.
Thank you so much for speaking for me.
So
That's what he did.
I have to fix a typo in the damn paper. God damn it.
I was thinking about you. I've been watching finally. I'd never watched Game of Thrones, and every time I see Peter Dinklage, I think of you.
I tried to watch I
Not
think
me.
it's the new season of House of the Dragon or some crap like that. Oh man, I got so tired of seeing damn flying dragons shooting flames.
That's literally in the name of the title of the show.
I know. I was sick of it.
House of Dragon.
Elliot,
I know. I'm saying I got so tired. I watched 3 or 4 episodes, and I said, I'm tired of this.
I'm kind of getting into it. I'm not
No,
usually into
Elliot,
this.
I'm with you. If people don't think me and Elliot are similar, I don't care for the Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it, but I'm kind of
It's all the constant variants that they come out once they have a successful show, and because
of course.
House of Thrones, I didn't watch it in real time. I went back and watched it later, and I somewhat enjoyed that. But it's all the offshoot shows that just like The Walking Dead. I enjoyed The Walking Dead, but damn, they went with so many additional shows that I got sick and tired of seeing damn zombie people walking around.
Well, it's basically dragons and nudity. That's what it is.
I'll tell you what I watched yesterday, and I think it was one of the best movies I've seen in for a long time. Was that Project Hail Mary?
But in a theater, it was even better because I watched it in
understand
theater.
that,
I watched it again.
That was a really good book.
It is
That
a
was
good
fun
give
book.
us a synopsis of the movie.
Well, did you ever watch or read the book The Martian? Did you watch the movie The Martian with Matt Damon?
No.
Elliot?
Oh yeah, I did. I did.
Okay, so the guy who wrote that book is like an ex-aerospace guy who knows everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's very similar. He wrote this book, Project Hail Mary. Basically, our world the sun is dying, causing us to die. They send a team of people out into outer space because they've determined there's a planet that's not being affected by this stuff.
Right.
So it's
want to know why.
This guy's good because he throws science into the movie.
That sounds like a pretty interesting one.
If you like The Martian, it's very similar. If you like The Martian,
it's a smart one. And if you look at the preview, there's this kind of rock creature thing. It looks like it could be really tacky, and it's actually not. It's very emotional. It's good.
In the book, I will say they did the best description of alien life and trying to communicate that you can't even
it's in
imagine
the movie.
how good it was.
Listen, why read? We're all illiterate. Watch the movie.
Half the movie, Ryan Gosling's acting with himself, and
he's excellent.
He's solo, and he's excellent in it.
Well, I have a technical question for Rob about movies.
I'll go back to you, Jeff. Yes.
My technical question. I was watching a couple of movies recently, and I was rewatching actually. I've seen it a couple times. The Bob Dylan movie, the one about leading up to him going electric. The cinematography looked like videotape or something.
I don't think they. I mean, you can go look, but I don't believe they
maybe
shot
on TV, but in the theater
it looked.
Do you have
just looked different. It
I
didn't
think
look
on some
like
of
a
these new
normal
TVs.
Well, hold on, calm down, everyone. Elliot, how did you watch the film?
On the big screen TV.
Right, but you streamed it from a streaming service?
Yes.
Okay, here's my response to you.
Uh-huh.
Whatever the way it was transferred to be digital, hold on, put your finger down, combined with the compression that it takes to send it to you. And if it was raining outside and your neighbor still was burning extra hot, there's a lot of factors, but I think you were just
thank you. I bet you that's it. The compression and
you're seeing some sort of digital artifact.
Bring
that's
up
causing it.
Michael.
Yeah, it
Bring up
looked like
Michael's column.
Hold on. Jeff made a comment. I was caught by I am not an asshole, at least most of the time. Listen, I was talking to my students. I don't say this much. And my feeling, because I always use Mazzy as an example where people get angry that they fail at this because they go, if Mazzy can do it, I can do it.
That's
it's
right.
Really, there's people that do well at it. I include Elliot and Jim as part of this, is people like them. What we talk about is so minor to
trivial
to people, how people take us. So I think I am an asshole, but I feel like what I've developed is speaking my mind. If people
professional asshole.
Oh, hold on. Hey. Listen, Too Many Records puts himself out there. So I'm open. I deserve criticism. Anyone who hates me deserves to express it. If they do it here and are mean about it, I'll ban them. But Too Many Records is a douchebag. He is. And my examples, I've not met him in person. I don't know him. My examples are only the stuff that he puts out there and how I see him.
Good, Rob.
So based on that, he's a douchebag. That's it.
Rob. Yeah. Elliot, people were commenting. You might have an adjustment either on your streaming service or on your TV, because a lot of new TVs have this extra brightness and this extra setting. Like, that's why I almost don't want to get rid of my 12-year-old plasma, because it looks more cinema.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, it reminds me of some of the less expensively produced, like
it didn't look like that in the theaters. And
made for TV type stuff, or
it doesn't look like
a lower budget movie made.
Well, Elliot, I've streamed it also, and it doesn't look like that. So it's a setting issue or a stream.
See, I've seen it a couple of times, and I didn't notice this the time before.
Hold on, Elliot. It doesn't change the fact that I didn't like that film.
Yeah.
So I could watch a film that has issues visually because of how I'm streaming it.
Yeah.
That movie suffers from a problem I feel that a lot of biopics suffer from. Like, damn it, Bob, it's 1963. It's just, when they start doing shit like that, you lose.
I personally didn't like the portrayal of Bob Seger. I mean, not Bob Seger, Pete Seeger. I thought they were a little condescending to Pete Seeger.
Well,
I think they tried to make up for it in the end with a little note. He continued, to perform and fight.
That's kind of accurate of what happened, though.
Well, it's okay. They did not. Am I mistaken? Did they not in the movie have them shouting Judas? But
that was wrong, because that was in
exactly that was wrong. That whole sequence of events involving.
That's what a film does, a composite of him going electric. Yeah. So they took that from another concert.
And the portrayal of what happened there, involving trying to get them to turn it down or cut off the feed. They were a little ambivalent about that, but it just depends on who's telling the story.
Of course, I've read multiple
versions of
It's
what
not a
happened.
documentary, Elliot. It's a movie. Yeah.
I understand that. I understand that. But
There's legal. Hold on, Elliot. There's legal things when biopics, like they can't depict someone who said no, you can't use my name or
Right.
whatever. And there are exceptions to when I say that. Like I feel like the Doors movie, the Oliver Stone Doors movie, does what I don't like about biopics. But that performance of Val Kilmer is so good.
Yeah.
I don't feel like Timothy Chalamet's performance as Bob Dylan is as good as like Val Kilmer as Jim Morrison.
Yeah.
So there are exceptions when someone is so good in a movie, I can overlook its flaws like that.
See, I liked his performance, and
But,
I will say,
like I say, my
people in the
biggest thing
peanut
is,
gallery.
I think people, I think their point of view, their perspective, I think they somewhat disavowed, or they trivialized the folk music movement a little bit, and they kind of were condescending about that. Just a feeling, not completely. I mean, I'm sure they tried to be fair about it, but this whole thing with Dylan, Dylan is a chameleon.
He's a weirdo.
He is very.
They did a composite of
when he moved to New York. Was he that odd and strange, or did he become that odd and strange?
He was that odd and strange.
No,
it's not because of his fame. It's
Elliot, you have to know that. Hold on, Elliot, you have to know this, because I've experienced this. Anyone who believes they have the ability to make a living as an artist and a performer, they're strange.
People that go to Hollywood, or
so my experience, and I tell you this, my experience with actors that come out here, a lot of them are running from like a troubled upbringing.
Yeah.
And that is the basis of them being able to connect with their emotions easily to be actors. Mm-hmm. And it is so lucky that anyone who becomes successful at doing it, because there is a long line of people behind them that have similar abilities. And everything I know about Bob Dylan, the choices he made throughout his life and career are not what a sane person would do.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, Julian Lodge is on Truer.
He fired two guitarists.
I know. It's something weird is
going on. Who?
And I don't know why they're making a big deal about this. Band members or hired musicians come and go.
Yeah, but this is unusual.
Get hired and get fired constantly.
But this is an unusual thing because he's had a pretty consistent thing, but it happens.
Well,
and then
but it happens.
Elliot, I don't know how much you know about that Dave Von Rank guy, but wasn't he
Dave Van Ronk?
But isn't he? Wasn't his ability as a performer and artist similar to Bob Dylan?
He was a much better guitarist than Dylan.
But he didn't connect with people like Bob Dylan did.
Waxed. The movie Inside Llewyn Davis is based on Dave Van Ronk, so that's that kind of character is Dave Van Ronk.
I remember in a biography of Dylan talking about he would go in to these little jams and stuff in New York, and the other musicians could sing better. Other musicians were better guitarists. He was very rudimentary guitarist. But people even then were going, that's the guy that's going to go far.
Why? Because he wrote songs.
This was before he was really writing songs.
He wrote songs from his first record.
The first record had a lot of
covers.
He did have some covers, but he had some.
But he had his songs.
The guy was a songwriter from the get-go.
But a lot of those guys
had songs with the label didn't let him really record a lot of his songs.
Calm down, people.
He was a songwriter, Elliot.
Elliot.
I'm saying compared to other guys there that were guitarists, songwriters, singers.
Yeah, but
people could tell there was something there.
Yeah, but Elliot. I own a lot of Bob Dylan records, and I do feel like he's a unique talent as far as the lyrics and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
I saw him live once. He was horrific. I will never go see him. But getting back to it is, it's the marketing. Look, when they found a unique people that can connect with, because I kind of feel like people are a dime a dozen. They are. But it's the unique individual that's able to connect with people. And then it's up to the record labels or whatever to propel them into the stratosphere.
And to speak to his songwriting, yes, he's a great songwriter. but
So here's the thing, Elliot. Wait,
hold on.
Just a minute, Jim. Out there.
Just a minute, Jim. He's a great
Go ahead.
songwriter. But if you talk to someone that is well versed in poetry and literature, old English and French literature and things like that, they can show you a lot of the things he wrote, where snippets and parts of it come from other other
Okay, here's the thing. I hear what you're saying. Sorry to cut you off. I hear what you're saying. I have information that is, if you dig, you will find that the greatest poets and writers and artists and thinkers and educators of the 20th century all agree that Bob Dylan is the bard. He is the bard of our time. There is no greater poet. There a lot of people that are very educated look at it that way. So when you say he's good, but
hey everyone, if anyone related to Shakespeare here, I'm sorry.
Is he in fact? Okay. Elliot, check it out. Yeah. Look at his records.
Jim,
I've got a book of
Jim,
I have a let me finish, Jim, Elliot.
Hold on just a minute, Jim.
Please, Elliot, I'm not done. I don't talk that often. Please don't interrupt me. I have a book that is just the lyrics of his songs. No, just the lyrics. It's fucking amazing. Check that out.
But, well, let me
for yourself.
Okay,
I would suggest to you as homework, as a teacher, dig into like a genre of his. Look at his 60s, or maybe look at his early 80s. Get about 4 or 5 records.
Elliot, I recommend you watch the movie Bob Dylan starred in.
Yeah.
What was it called?
Mask and Anonymous.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I've just said my bit here.
Jim.
Yeah,
I'm a huge Bob Dylan fan. Doesn't mean I can't be critical of him or bring out things about him. I
think you are doing yourself a misservice, sir.
As a 14-year-old, one of the first albums I ever bought was Dylan's Greatest Hits. As a 14-year-old,
well, maybe that's the problem. I didn't get into Dylan until later. I didn't like him at first. It took me a while to get into
it. I have a huge amount of his work from his first album going forward. I don't have everything by any means, but I've got at least a dozen to 20 of his albums. I love Dylan. That doesn't mean I can't be critical or analytical about Dylan as well. You know, I'm not a fanboy in the fanatic. I try to look at things objectively sometimes.
You know, hold on.
I think you're doing yourself a disservice. That's okay. That's okay. Never mind.
Elliot, let me help.
I really do, but whatever.
Hold on. I've become an expert in interpreting what Jim is saying. So let me help you, Elliot. When Jim goes to a restaurant and he orders, he says to the waitress, right?
Dylan, like every good artist, they're influenced by other people. They take a little bit from this person.
Absolutely. And one of the reasons he's a great artist is because he's so well read.
Right. Columbia
Another
Records,
good thing to
Columbia
do.
Records.
Have you read his autobiography?
Now you shut up, Jim. Now Columbia Records and John Hammond didn't let him record enough of his own stuff on the first album. The first album kind of flopped because it was the same songs that a lot of the other folkies of the time in the folk revival in the Village in that area were doing the same songs. Not all exactly, but they're all doing the same. a reason why, and I'm going to bring it back, and people are going to jump all over me about the Beatles, is all those Liverpool bands, right? All those Liverpool bands and Going to Hamburg were playing the same rock and roll covers. And the Beatles,
how did we get to the Beatles?
No, to their credit, they started.
I want to go back to
Elliot. They were the only one that started writing songs themselves, and early, before everyone started writing songs. And so that made them stand out. Like Dylan was writing his own stuff, and his second album, of course. Damn, look at those songs that were on that second album.
Elliot, when you say that Dylan snagged shit from other people, when you say that, that's like, well, okay. So if you read Malcolm Gladwell, there was a genius pool going on, and what makes a genius pool is that these fucking geniuses steal from each other and make it better. That's what happened with Shakespeare and Marlowe.
Look at Steve Jobs and Dylan.
If you learned anything,
Dylan, Brian Wilson, they all copied each other and tried to make it better.
Hold on.
Right? Thank God they stole from each other, Elliot.
Jim, calm down.
Got to look at it differently.
Jim, calm down. If we learned anything from the movie,
he did steal from the Bible too. Yeah.
Hold on, I'm trying to talk. If we learned anything, is Dylan idolized? What's his face? Right?
Paul McCartney.
No.
Woody Guthrie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
That's who he stole from. That was his idol.
Yeah.
Jim, you're getting all upset. I'm just
discussing
Dylan.
I hear you. I'm just trying to. I'm excited because I think I have an opportunity to educate. I'm fairly well versed in Dylan. Honestly, I am fairly well. I'm not an expert, but I'm fairly well versed in Dylan. I believe you. All artists, no art comes out of a vacuum. All art comes from building on what came from the past. Right. Okay. And I understand. We all have to understand that, you know.
And Rob keeps telling me, Mazzy, you don't have to apologize, but I'm going to go after the people in the comments that were dumping on me and laughing at me and mocking me for still owning a 12-year-old plasma. It's got the greatest. This is the high-end Panasonic in the day in 2014 when they ended plasmas. It's got the best cinematic look. Now I'm sure I know new TVs, you can calibrate them and stuff, but it looks great for films.
And actually,
and the other thing is you don't even have to clean it. You never
hold on. And it puts off so much heat.
Okay.
And it also, Mazzy, we all know his politics. It etched in his favorite TV network into the screen, CNN logo. Okay. Calm down, Mazzy.
That's a good thing. Finally.
But everyone has the ability to read that elsewhere.
But it just came across the wires.
Oh, listen. It's good because not everyone likes everything. It's good that Elliot hates Bob Dylan. Okay.
What's the best Bob Dylan song? Best song Bob Dylan.
Hold on.
What record is like a Rolling Stone?
Oh, hold on. Easy. It's the Hurricane. Not all done.
Okay. You said Hurricane. You said like Rolling Stone. Jim, what say you?
Who, how, what?
Oh, you're not paying attention.
I mean, not the most.
What's the best? Let Jim answer. Then I'm gonna answer. What's the best song Bob Dylan ever wrote?
Oh, I could never answer that question.
Okay, you answered it then. The best song is "Don't Think Twice, It's All Right."
I like that song sometimes.
Blown in the Wind is too.
It's the best breakup song. It's a great breakup song.
You know what?
Blown in the Wind is great.
I'm a fucking atheist from atheist to atheism, but I like
you know. Hey, by the way, hold on.
I think Wiggle Wiggle is Bob Dylan's best.
All right, Jim and I were walking down we're driving down to Orange County, and you know how they get corporations to donate, like support a highway or a freeway.
Right. Yeah.
There's an organization. What was it called, Jim? The Atheists.
Oh yeah.
The Atheists
of America or something.
Yeah, Atheists of America support the highway. Hey, listen, Elliot.
Oh, Idiot Wind is a badass.
You like
badass song.
As a young kid, I knew who Bob Dylan was. And it always seemed strange to me that I would hear Bob Dylan songs, and then I heard this one. Lay, lady, lay.
Yeah, what
It's
about
like,
All Along the Watchtower? Hendrix took it and made it his.
That's a
you're
good
right.
one.
You know, that's not what I'm talking about, Jim. Stay with me on this. Like he changed the way he sang. Seemed funny to me.
Yeah.
Well, if you read
And
his
not
book,
better. And
he
not
had a really hard time with his voice, and he had to modify things all the time to at least have a chance.
That was
at it.
after the motorcycle. No, he did something.
lay,
before.
lady,
Well,
lay.
what? Yeah,
I have a friend-
motorcycle accident wasn't nearly as bad as they made it out to be. Right? It was just an excuse to lay low for a while.
I have a friend that was his girlfriend for many years, and he's just
He's a
a
weirdo,
fucking genius, man.
but he's a weirdo.
He's not that weird. He really isn't.
Yes, he is.
He's reclusive, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's part of being a weirdo.
he's got his shit together.
How much do you think? Well, he sold his catalog, right? Like 5 years ago.
So here's the thing. Here's what Bob
5 million
Dylan
or
does. 10 years ago, I saw him play the Orange County Fair in Orange County. The dude flies in a helicopter, plays for an hour and 45 minutes. He rocked the house. He stood there and rocked for an hour and 45 minutes, gets back in his helicopter, goes back to Malibu, and picks up a check for $250 for the night.
Good
Come
job.
on.
Good
Nothing
job.
wrong
Who
with
said
that.
capitalism was a bad thing?
He never did.
No.
You know, I that's a whole question that some people criticize, but I can understand when you're getting older, you sell your catalog, you have something for your kid. You don't know your family, how are they going to work on your catalog anyway. You might as well get something for your family and stuff and manage it while you have control. I don't blame them.
When I was in the 80s and I was like, Mr. Corporate bullshit.
Can I hold on?
Pink Floyd did the same thing, you know.
Time out. I want to address a comment. Jeff, just a question for you. How much hair is on the back of your neck?
I have a lot. I have to
I'd
shave
say
my
Rolling
neck.
Stone. I mean, there's a difference between greatest song and greatest record, because Rolling Stone is a great song, but it's also a great record.
What about a great lyric?
The way he recorded, the way it's produced, everything that goes into making that is a great thing. Blown in the Wind is a guy in the guitar, and to me, that's probably a more important song, obviously, than Like a Rolling Stone. And we've heard it so much now; it's hard to realize what that song meant in 1963 and how powerful that song was, and where he sang it, and the people that used that song as for the civil rights movement and everything. I think Blown in the Wind might be his most important song at the time. Yes, I love Hurricane, and that's one story, about one person. Like Rolling Stone's great kind of I Am the Walrus type lyrics and things like that. But Blown in the Wind might be the most important song he's ever written. I agree with you about Don't Think Twice too. That period.
That's a great breakup song.
Yeah.
It's my favorite breakup. How about this?
And the
80s,
times they are a changing. You know, that period to me is the most
1980.
important.
How about the 1980s?
Yeah, I like the
Corporate
1980s.
environment. All these women are entering
Neighborhood
the corporate world
bully,
as
neighborhood
salespeople.
bully.
Hang on a sec. As salespeople, there's a lyric. I had about a lot of very smart women working for me at the LA Weekly, and I used to quote the Dylan lyric: "You could be known as the most beautiful woman who ever crawled across cut glass to make a deal." I love that lyric.
Dylan definitely rocks. Who's saying he doesn't rock?
How about a kind of a simple song that I think is really good that Dylan wrote is Down Along the Cove. I really like
What
that.
about Forever Young?
Yeah.
I started having kids in the 70s.
I mean, the
I had
live
that
album,
written out.
the live
Open My
Hard
Kids
Rain
Crib.
album is probably his punk album, and it's a great live album, and it's a wonderful, intense record.
All right, we're going to bring the Dylan talk to the end. See what you did to the stream, Elliot.
God, dang it, Elliot.
Alex Dickey's going to
Oh
go.
my gosh. Here we go.
Hey guys.
Hi, Alex.
What are we going to talk about Hawaiian guy with you now, Alex? What's going on?
How is
Well,
Alex?
I thought it's all settled with that guy.
Well, he's back
insane.
again, causing trouble.
I haven't seen his latest video. I did see
I haven't either. I don't
something
watch
about a
his videos.
scam.
I just look at the thumbnails, and the headlines are always about some controversy that
I think his new video is the mouth harp. Why? I don't know.
I noticed in the
That's
Westman.
funny, Rob.
I noticed in the Westman video from the other day that was mentioned earlier, he was throwing in his AI was throwing in comments that were so obviously AI, that
Yeah.
it's all AI. I on his video a couple of times ago, I said, I was hoping that you were going to come out of your facade here and be a part of the vinyl community, but it's obvious you're just going to keep giving us AI content.
Yeah, that's why he doesn't go on anybody's live stream, because the technology isn't there to feed him.
Yeah, we
inserts
might
and
see the
stuff
glitch
in real time.
Yeah.
So we're probably a few years away from. From
Arnaldo's here in the audience. Hi, he said hello, Arnaldo. I want to know if he got the call from Chad.
Yeah. So Arnaldo, he said the other day in his video that he doesn't use his credit cards on acoustic sounds because they're selling the information and you're getting hacked. Do you guys use your credit cards on acoustic sounds?
I never have.
Yeah, because a lot of people are saying that their cards are getting.
Well, they have a shitty website.
That would have no bearing on. I haven't bought anything directly from them in a long while.
Yeah.
Damn it.
But I tend to. I mean, I mostly might use PayPal to buy stuff from people.
Yeah, they take PayPal? I don't know if they do.
Yeah, I think they do.
Anyway, the word's out. Like, they got a reputation problem right now with this whole thing with Arnaldo. I don't know if they've reached out and said sorry to him yet. Concert Buddy's going to follow up on Thursday.
Wait. Arnaldo, did they ever communicate with you? They would replace your record?
Call from Chad.
No call.
They're going to replace everybody's records. I mean,
hold on. I'm asking.
Yeah, that's not the point, Mazzy. It's a PR disaster that they're dealing with, and they're
wait. Let me say this. I'm not one to defend Chad, but it took what 4 or 5 days for Chad to do an apology video or a video acknowledging it. I think they had to go research the thing, and within 5 days or 4 days, really, they came out and announced there's about 400 copies that are that this has happened to, and they're going to repress. It'll take a few weeks to repress. Everyone will get fixed. So I think I'm defending them. It takes time to figure this out.
Now it's 400. It's like the reflecting pool. The first day it was 98 copies. Then it was 100 copies. Now it's 400 copies.
He said about 300 to 400 copies. I don't know. I mean,
Mazzy, you do tend to defend.
I am defending because they did come out. If this went on for weeks or something, I would feel differently.
Mazzy, as long as you, in your recent memory, has any issues that people had with records they got that were not as they were promised?
Oh, a lot. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you would think they would learn from one to the other.
Right. But 4 days to me isn't the end all world, What they should have done, I agree though with Arnaldo, when he sent the email, they should have said right away. I don't know if they did. We're looking into this. We'll get back to you right away. Away.
Let me interject here. It may be a generational thing, but to me, the first line of any correspondence back to a customer who has had a problem, it should be, I'm so sorry that you've experienced this problem. Our apologies, and we are working to make this right for you. Is it a generational thing? Am I just an old geezer that expects that, but younger people just cut to the chase and eliminate that? Or am I right? Is that what even?
Well, Elliot, can I make one suggestion to you?
Yes.
Could you please change your screen name from Elliot Cruz, Confused Senior Citizen, to Elliot Cruz? Shut up, Mazzy.
Elliot is right.
Mazzy, stop stepping on my jokes. Can you change your name to Elliot Cruz, the old geezer?
Yeah, I can if I could figure out how to do that, Rob.
I'll guarantee you one thing. If it was his number one customer, who flies around jet setting in his PJ, he'd be getting an apology right away. It's because Chad, he's always done this. He doesn't care about the little guy. He doesn't care about the people struggling to put decent pressings on the table. I haven't bought a UHQR in a year because the prices are $150 now, and I can't afford it.
Hold on. Why would you buy an HQUR?
A UHQR. Because I like that. The last one I bought was the Bob Marley. I would love to pick up some more, but with the have you guys heard about like funflation? That's a big thing right now. Like people are really struggling to get some fun in their life.
Hey man, if you make if you're a family of 4 making 130 grand a year, you have $1,000 less per month to spend than you did 2 years ago.
That's why, like, honestly, me and my wife are talking about maybe bringing in a third person to as a breadwinner, you know, because I feel like the nuclear family just can't survive right now.
Wait. Are you doing one of them
polyamorous?
Are you going to do a swinging relationship?
No, but it's a possibility. That's all cards are on the table right now because it's that bad.
I agree with you guys. The thing I agree with, they should have had a response that he could make up right away and said, "We're checking into it. We'll get back to you. We'll make it right away. We're sorry." I agree with that.
Hey,
but it took him 4 days to figure out what went wrong.
Hold on. I think there's a bigger thing happening here. Alex Dickey, do you want to come out as a Mormon right now?
It's not just about that. Yeah, okay. You've seen those Netflix documentaries in Arizona, I'm sure.
It is a big deal to spend a lot of money. I had an Audi once that over 6 months I had to bring it in, and then finally the company had to buy it back because it was a lemon. I got another Audi after that, but that's a premium price car, and I got that in the 90s, I guess, late 90s and stuff. And, you know, I kept getting the runaround there. And I was pissed off too, but it took me on an ongoing thing online.
Hey, Alex Dickey, I think I found your third breadwinner right here. This guy's into the craziest shit. Kimbo, he'd be open to this trifecta relationship.
I don't think we were thinking a guy, to be honest.
You know,
all I'm going to tell you is there's 2 worlds of North Carolina below us.
You know, the only surprise.
Elliot, what are you taking on your third partner?
The only surprise I have was some of the reaction to this. I get it. It shouldn't happen, but this is not an aberration. This kind of stuff has happened. Going back, record companies will press the wrong record on a side.
All right, Mazzy.
It's not uncommon.
Mazzy likes to go back to a video clip of how he was affected by this online thing where Chad was there and telling him to shut the fuck up. But on that same video was him coming after me, talking about me, because I had tons of issues with the Bill Evans box.
Right. Real ones.
When I came up to speak for myself, he was going, "We'll give you a refund, blah, blah, blah." And I said, hold on. I turned the tables on him. And I said, you know, look, you're business, dude. I'm a customer. Wouldn't you want to try and make this right with me? You know, if someone did this to you? And he goes, yes, that's really what it's about. So from everything I'm hearing, it's not good.
Did he make it right? Did he make it right for you? Finally?
They did right by me. They eventually did right. So I can't fault him.
And then Rob took advantage of me.
I just don't think Chad doesn't have Chad is kind of clueless in his responses. I agree with that, but he's always made it right eventually to his customers. I think whatever you say, he's not like doesn't hide away like MoFi. Eventually comes up. He doesn't probably come up fast enough for a lot of people. I agree with that, but MoFi, you know, didn't say a word to people. Didn't come out.
No, I mean, how many examples? Listen, I've been on the helping end of trying to help people recover from poor decision making when it comes to stuff like this, how they're perceived by the general public. It's not hard to come out and they have all these companies that come in as crisis management that you pay. And the first thing you do is issue an apology and say, I'm sorry. It really doesn't, that goes a long way. I don't think anything Arnaldo's going through or publicly expressing, it would be diminished by if he was reached out to properly. And I don't think that's a hard thing to do. But my impression is Chad is very protective over what he does to his fault. When issues like this happen, if they're few and far between and rare, this seems to be a very extreme case that so many records were pressed wrong. But you can't be short-minded. We have too many examples of similar things within the vinyl world, right?
But I think an example needs to be made. Like, who was the guy that pressed these, and is he still with the company? Because I don't feel comfortable buying records knowing that guy's still running around there making a mess.
Really?
You know?
I mean, I'm sure the guy got a scolding or they figured it out.
They're advertising now on one of the new hi-fi lines who's running the press. Okay, like it's a big deal who that guy is. It makes all the difference. And if this guy can't even, tell A from B on one record to the other,
wouldn't Jesus forgive?
I don't feel. And then you got to deal with
we don't wish. Hey, Alex, we don't wish the guy to get fired. He may get a new job assignment or something.
I'm not talking about doxing him, Elliot. I'm not talking about that.
You are. You literally are. You literally want to know his name.
Dude should be whipped.
I'm going to be
the lashes.
I'm going to be the bigger man here and say this. I'm sorry that Too Many Records is such a douchebag. Thank you.
Hey, man, I fucked up. My next issue of Record Collector News has a huge error in it already.
It'll make it worth more in the long run, then.
No, I put Rob's column way too far up front. It needs to go way in the back.
Hey, the column is good. This one, it's probably one of the best Boomer Scalper articles.
Finally.
Hey, speaking of Too Many Records, did you guys see that latest stream with Esposito and Westminster?
We talked about it a little bit.
Yeah,
I felt sorry for those, for Dylan and the other guy. Those guys are way out of their league with Esposito. Did you guys know that he's spending like hundreds of thousands of dollars on private collections like that?
Well, Alex, I think the point was that he had a small record store owner, a medium-sized record store owner, and a big record store.
I don't think the whole point. No, you're wrong, because Westman, he's kind of got that Trump thing where he likes to do like these embarrassment ceremony rituals on people, and that's that whole bit.
That is not true, Alex Dickey.
He's done it before. He did it with.
Here's what. Okay, I'm not speaking for Steve. I did not talk to him about this, but here's my impression. Too Many Records reached out to him.
Really?
Well, okay. Have you watched anything that Too Many Records has ever put up on his channel, Alex Dickey?
During COVID, I was a pretty consistent viewer of his.
Okay. Well, recently, his knock is putting his foot in his mouth, as far as I'm concerned. And he is the reason he has no relationship with RSD is because of him. And to have the gall to say, let's collab on something. Like he's big enough that people give a shit that he's collabing with them. I have a feeling he reached out to Steve, and Steve is very diplomatic, right? If you have if you expressed interest, he'll consider it, and he had him up. And
Steve reached out to him. Steve reached out to him because he's someone visible who has a record store. Simple as that. And so all three of them are people that have YouTube channels that have record stores. It's simple.
I think they did okay. Like considering like the dynamic, like clearly Esposito just had his shit together. He knew he had all the right answers. He's got the receipts to bring it. I just felt I thought it was a little embarrassing, to be honest.
Hey, Brian, you want to hear the origin of me hating this guy's guts? Here's the origin. Mazzy and I were on a live stream with 5 other people that maybe 30 people were watching. And this is when Too Many Records decided to open his record store. We expressed our opinions. Mine was more critical, but it was there. And the live stream actually did not stay up. It was taken down by the person who did it right after. He did not keep it up. Someone watched that live stream, communicated to Too Many Records what was said. Too Many Records never watched it because it wasn't up there to be watched. And then somehow found out how to communicate with Mazzy and sent him a weird ass email.
A long one.
It was full with someone who was not self-aware and didn't even none of us mattered on that live stream. Mazzy, maybe he mattered a little bit, but
enough to get the email anyway.
But Mazzy wasn't the one being overly critical. he was agreeing with some points that were made and some that were not. So that's where it started. Okay. Secondly, I watched his misstep videos and his whiny. He's a whiny dude. So I've developed a feeling about him. He's not someone I cared to listen to or see anywhere.
Brian, one of the things we mentioned in this, and this is, we would have done this with anyone. It wasn't particularly to him, but he did this whole, which is good. One thing he did good. He was smart with his YouTube channel and self-promotion, and he got the local TV network or channel, local station to come out to do an opening thing. And he showed the inside of his record store, and it was pretty empty. Like, to me, you know, you could do, it's like doing a soft opening first to get things going. And there was not many records in it. It looked loose. It looked like, why go to that store? Because there was nothing there. And he did the whole promotion. Like, to me, when you're doing like a Broadway show, you go off Broadway, you go to, you know, Duluth to do a test run of the show for a few weeks.
Wait, you're comparing too many records to a Broadway show?
No, but that's what basically we're talking about. It wasn't specifically him. He wasn't ready for the.
He wasn't ready to open that store. That's me.
Well, I didn't know any of this. I thought it was because y'all went to his record store and he was closed.
That wasn't me. That was me afterwards. I was in Portland. I go down to Portland a lot. And my thing was, and I did a little bit of Mazzy shtick, definitely. It was the Monday before Christmas was Friday. Like Christmas, I've been in retail for years. I used to be. Every fucking store opens every day the week up leading up to Christmas, right, unless you're closed Sundays or whatever. Yeah. And the Google thing, it didn't even say the store was closed. So I finally make it out there, and it's out of the way in Portland. It's not right.
Hey, hold on.
I went there.
Brian, hold on. Sorry to interrupt you, Mazzy. Brian, here's what I won't stand for. I have a legit reason. It's my reason. It's not your reason. I expressed my feeling about the guy. A lot of people don't feel the same. Even Mazzy's more diplomatic. So, Brian, I'm requesting that you end this. If you're trying to turn it into, I don't have a legitimate reason, why do people not like me?
I did.
Hold on. Why do not people like me? Why do people make hate videos about me? I don't care. It's their prerogative to do it. They don't like me. I don't like him. That should be good enough for you. I'm not trying to convince you not to like him. I don't think I've been successful in changing anyone's opinion about anything.
Hey, Brian,
stop. Brian, stop trying to be the social warrior about this shit. Obviously, you don't agree with me. Your feelings. So support Too Many Records.
Rob, let's shift this to a more positive note. We've talked about the more expensive records, but I think we need to give a shout out to Kraft Records, a big conglomerate, I know, for all the quality records they put out for $30. Sometimes a little less.
I'm about to not like Elliot right now.
I just got this from the post office.
Is that the Elliott family reunion circa 1977?
This is the debut album from Boone Creek that was originally on Rounder. I have the second. I've always had the second album from them. You never see this one in the wild, but they've reissued Kraft under the High Tone Records moniker. They've reissued this, a great bluegrass album, and Kraft's
weren't a good look.
And Kraft's putting stuff out that is not the repeated. We complain sometimes about Rumors and Dark Side of the Moon and the albums that just keep getting repressed, but they're making an effort to get the jazz and the bluegrass and the folk and all that sort of stuff reissued, and they're doing it at a good price with a good quality record, good quality pressings. This is Ricky Skaggs' band from the late 70s, Jerry Douglas, Terry Balcom, and Lou Golden, and a really good young bluegrass band from the late 70s. So,
now, Elliot, is it true that you have the same jacket as Ricky in that photo?
I used to have that jacket when I was a freshman in college. Somebody stole it out of my dorm room.
Is that the leather? Yeah.
Yeah,
Those collars weren't a good look, but we had them.
Well, yeah, but that was the mid 70s, late 70s.
Yeah.
I just thank you, Elliot, for trying to change the subject.
Yeah.
I go back to something Mazzy said a few minutes ago. In my opinion, it is a sin for a record store to not open when it says it's going to open. If you don't tell me you're closed on Monday, you better fucking be open on Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
hold on. I'm going to end this right now,
Absolutely.
Brian. You're a better person than I am. There, it's over.
That's not saying much.
Hold on. It's my opinion, Brian. My opinion. Me.
oh, wait.
And you know what? Here's the surprising thing, and you should consider, Brian. I don't have the ability to end too many records. I'm sorry to say this. His store is still open. He's still doing business. He's appearing on shows like Westman. He has his own channel that's huge, bigger than mine. He's a success in every aspect of the world.
What?
Me, little old me, is critical of him. And obviously, I've not convinced you. So please, end it. It's over, Brian. I've done no damage to him.
The missing piece that he asked a few minutes ago, I read the letter to everyone. I read it to Rob. It was a very long.
Why don't we just read it now, Matthew? Can you read it?
It was a very. I don't have it. I don't know if I have it anymore. It was a very long letter. Within it, he talked about being an integral member of the vinyl community, and he's never interacted with any of us. So that was a fallacy. And I responded to him very nicely, very cordially. But I said, first of all, you're really not a member, and it's okay. You don't have to be a quote a member today, and because he was a big channel. He has a big channel before he opened the store. Now, I did make that video. I wanted to go check out the store despite Rob's whatever. I was going there. I did a video on 4 or 5 record stores in Portland, and I walked in, and yes, I shot the video of me going there, and the doors closed, the place is locked up. And I mentioned that. I did go back a couple months later with Michael, Poetry and Plastic, and we went there. We met. He wasn't there. We met the other Matt who worked there at the time, and we did a really nice store. The store improved. We even said how good it was. And Michael and I went there and shopped there, and I bought 2 wall records, which I don't usually do, not crazy price, but in the $75 range or something.
That's crazy.
Well, I mean, it's not like the Kimbo and the Rob people that buy hundreds of dollars, but he had a good store and it was well stocked then. And he did that. And so that was the deal on him. And then, of course, we could talk about the whole, the dramatic pullout. Not that it was all wrong about pulling out of Record Store Day because he feels slighted and it's bad for the small guys, which it may be. And I'm not going to defend that.
Hey Matt, Mazzy, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Did I stop you from going there?
No. And no, you asked me, why would you go? I said,
no,
you don't tell me.
Therein lies my point. I don't control anyone's actions. None.
Pretty much Rob dissing on that store has increased sales at that store by 37%.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think Record Store Day has to be done in a business-like manner by these small record stores. You can't just order a huge amount of records and expect to sell them all that day. You've got to be strategic.
Well,
you
Dylan
can't overdo it.
something.
But I was going to say, Record Store in Wilson, North Carolina, Phil's Record Exchange. He does Record Store Day every time. This is a small town record store. Yeah. He had people wrapped around the block waiting to get into his store on Record Store Day. Did he buy? I'm sure he was very careful in what he ordered because he ordered what he thought would sell. And so it was a huge boom for him because not only the sales that morning, but also more people know about his store now that buy records, and more people will be shopping throughout the year in all likelihood. So I think it's all about being a smart businessman to make Record Store Day work. It's not about, is it good for small independent record stores or not good?
Well, Elliot, On the Westman show Sunday, Dylan was a prime example. He's a small store-ish, but he's someone who really goes after a lot of great collections, and he's a great use. He has big use drops. He's he's become a smart businessman in the record store world. And what he said, he buys about 100 copies. He didn't bitch that they're not sending me those 100 copies. He's buying 100 copies where Mike Ingroove is buying 10,000 copies or something. But it works for Dylan. And Dylan even said he's going to expand little by little in that market. So I don't understand this bitching about some small stores that can't get everything.
Hold on. I mean, his recent thing, he shot himself in the foot when it came to RSD. And then he was pleading with them to take him back. I mean, sometimes you just have to say I was an idiot and I made a mistake. That's not that dude's deal.
Are we talking about too many records?
Yes.
Yeah.
See, that's weird because on the Westman show, he was saying that he bought like 200 RSD titles last one, but you're saying that he's actually banned from RSD?
He's banned.
Yeah.
Really?
He made the mistake of
totally
airing.
He should have made that clear on the live stream.
Alex, he was using YouTube to vent about his problems, his perceived problems with Record Store Day. If you're going to have a business relationship with somebody, you don't go on social media and badmouth them to death and then expect them to welcome you with open arms the next time you want to do business.
Elliot, it was more arrogant than that. I'm a person who vents and comes up here and tells you things that upset me. But here's what he did. He vented. Then he acted like he was big enough to put out terms with them. Yeah. And he's not. And instead of learning, I don't really watch him much. When there's controversial stuff, I'll look at it. But I don't know if he's learned from that lesson.
Waxed. Here's the thing. In that video, he presented himself more as his YouTube sider than a record store owner sider. Because on YouTube, you do something like that, you vent like Hawaiian Guy or any of us.
Brian, if you keep up with this bullshit, I'm sorry, Mazzy. Brian, if you keep up with this bullshit, I'm going to put it to you.
He kind of did, Brian.
He did dictate terms. You know what he did? He goes, "Why not work with me? Why not you bring me? Hold on, Mazzy. Why not bring me in and consult with me and we'll work together?" He did dictate terms. Brian, this is not good for you to come to his defense. He can come to his defense. I am stating the reason why I think he's not a good guy.
Joe Williamson is correct. Wait, Joe Williamson is correct. He used his YouTube channel and it gets views. Those kind of controversies get you views. So he put more money into his quote YouTube presentation rather than talking to the record store day people and helping his store. And he used that and it backfired in terms of
hold on, Brian. Can I ask a question? People in the chat and people on screen. Did you hear me once say, "Don't shop at too many records. Don't go to that store"? Did you hear me say this? No.
I heard you say that there's COVID there.
I'm going to shove my foot so far up your ass, it's going to be another limb for you.
Well, does anybody know what Too Many's Records, his real name is?
Yes.
What is it?
Matt.
It's Matt.
Okay, so I'm going to say it. I've said it before and I'll say it again.
Okay.
Record Collector News and Record Store Day started the same month, the same year. In the last 18, 19 years, Record Store Day is responsible for hundreds of millions of dollars in sales. In that same 18-year period, Record Collector News is responsible for hundreds of dollars in sales. So say what you want. Record Store Day is a fucking raging success. If you can't figure out how to make your business work in that, then figure it out.
Yeah, then don't use it.
Jeff, though,
if it doesn't work for you, don't use it.
There are plenty of stores that I patronize that do not participate. But I will tell you, on Record Store Day, they offer discounts.
I will tell you that the stores that don't participate, are the most successful.
Hold on.
They pass,
hold on. They take advantage of Record Store Day.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, I don't understand how Matt's up there saying he bought records for Record Store Day, but he's banned and he can't buy records. That seems. I'm surprised that Westman didn't call him out on that.
I think, Alex, he probably meant in the past years before.
Yeah, that wasn't. He made it believe like he was buying records like last Record Store Day. He had nothing but positive things to say about it.
Hey, Raji, hold on, Raji. I was saying, I didn't talk about his body language. I said during the Westman interview, he was doing things like, I don't want to speak for Dylan and Mike, but I think we all can agree he was doing shit like that. Just speak for yourself.
Yeah, there was some weird body language.
I've met him, and he's actually a nice guy in person. I've met him.
But Mazzy, you're not batting 1,000.
I'm just saying, I met the guy, and he was personable. He was nice.
The bottom line is, if you're going to be a business person, if you're going to run a business, and you're going to go on social media, your approach to social media, if you're smart, has to be a lot different than my approach as an old, confused senior citizen who enjoys getting on here and shooting the shit about records.
That's the longest name you've ever given yourself, Elliot Cruz.
You know, Easy Street Records here, Matt, the other Matt, this is a different Matt who owns Easy Street in Seattle. He said Record Store Day, this last one, was the biggest. He's been in business for 20-something years, the biggest weekend they've ever had in the history of the store.
Yeah.
They have new and used, but
that's what
they did incredible. And
hold on.
But it's not right for every store.
Hold on a second too, and I hate to bring it back to Brian. I'm critical of Easy Street, the store that Mazzy loves. I think it's a cool place. They have a great restaurant, but their prices are way too high. That's my opinion. Have I destroyed Easy Street? No. I've had these opinions about lots of people. Brian, if you're going to be consistent, come to everyone's defense. I'll give you for instance. I've called this guy a putz. This guy has a weird name. This guy is a horrible, horrible human being. And Rick's leaves the worst comments there are on this chat. Are you going to come to all their defenses, Brian? I have not destroyed any of them with those comments.
And you've spoken disparagingly about my corn liquor.
Well, I'm right about everything I said about you. Listen, back in the day on Rachel's stream, I would give Alex Dickey so much horrible shit.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, I'm still pissed off with Alex about the whole hustle and flow thing, but I'm going to let it go, Alex. Here, right now, I'm letting it go, buddy.
Actually, I wanted to ask you guys some advice. I kind of fucked up a little bit lately.
And he completely ignores me. Okay. That says a lot.
I don't know if you guys remember, like a few months ago, I mentioned like I had kind of created this little ritual with the Westman show where I'd get in my car, I'd go down to the river, I'd get a coffee and have a cigarette.
Does your wife?
I'm up to like a pack a day now. It's bad.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Spending all your time on the river.
Alex, marijuana. Switch to marijuana.
Well, here's the thing. So my like get out of jail free, I was like, well, I'm going to go to like an NA meeting. And then I showed up there and like every person's fucking smoking in the parking lot.
Right.
Like, what the fuck is up with that? Why? I don't know what to do.
They're transferring.
As far as quitting.
They're transferring
for another.
I went to AA. I went to CA. I went to NA. I went to Overeaters. I went to Little Peters, but I didn't qualify. I went to Al-Anon. I went to Kokanon. And now I go to that program for people who talk too much called On and On and On and On.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Hold on.
Don't forget to tip your waitress.
Brian, are you listening? I blame Alex Dickey for that horrible joke Jim just did.
Alex.
So Alex,
marijuana. That's how I quit.
What's your point? You're complaining about the cigarette thing or the Westman thing?
No, it's just I don't know if I can keep watching because it triggers me. As soon as I see that show,
what triggers you?
I want to light up.
What exactly triggers you?
It's just the whole experience. Like there was just something about being at the river, having a smoke, watching Westman and all of his great guests, and now
I think really you should do it. Just smoke weed, bro.
Do you feel dirty about it now, Alex? Is that
Alex, Alex
it's
Dickey,
bad for you. A pack a day is terrible for
Alex
your
Dickey,
health.
can I make a can we form a group together? Because I feel the same way you did. I watched Steve Westman yesterday. He had this irritating bastard on. Oh, it was Mazzy.
Uh-huh. So
I know some
seriously, I
people
went
have
from
like a
I
ritual.
was
They
smoking
do
a
blue
pack of
chews
Gauloises a day, pack a day.
in the
I
Westman
love
show.
those.
But
I loved smoking Gauloises, and then I just said,
You know,
"Fuck, I can't do it
Westman
anymore."
is on vacation this week for his job is closed, or work is closed, so he's on hiatus this week. So he did those 3 in a row. I mean, he called me literally an hour, texted me an hour before. You want to celebrate America's 250th and Canadians, whatever, 100, what is it, 109, whatever it is. And I said, what's the theme? He goes, America,
Sing with me,
Canada, whatever
Alex.
you want.
Let's
And
do
so
it. Oh,
I-
Canada.
I did do it two little jabs about politics, and someone got all upset. But it literally, the concept was our nation, 250 years. But he's also doing Friday night. He's doing a Steve Hoffman one, so he's doing 4 this week at least.
That's a lot.
Yeah. That's
Can we talk about how enamored Steve Hoffman is with the waxed? I couldn't believe that
We
meeting.
did that. We did it at the beginning.
That was like a summit. That was a summit.
What are you showing?
Alex
it's
Toussaint
cool.
from A Whisper to
Oh shit! I don't know that record.
It's from it's 85 pressing. I ended up trading. A guy wanted at record show a couple of weekends ago. He wanted to know if I was willing to trade. I had a Pharaoh Sanders record, and I'd had it for sale for a long time, and it hadn't shown. Nobody had shown much interest. So I looked at what he had, and I saw this. So I said, "I'll trade you." He had this one marked $30. Now I don't know
What
where
label was
$30.
that on?
It's on Kent, and
I don't know that one either.
and
I
let me
think
show you
Kent-
this.
Can someone correct me? I think Kent might be like a not a reissue label, but they would put out.
Is that an import? Is that a British import? No,
No,
I think so. I'll look.
American label.
I don't know that.
The problem, the only problem was I cleaned it and played it the other day, and it was really a really good album. I really enjoyed it. Side 2 is almost all, if not all, instrumentals, and it's just really good. Kent, yeah, London. It's a UK.
See, I thought so. I was right. So fuck you, Rob.
But
Wow.
the problem
In your face, Rob.
Man.
Wow.
Man, I'm about. Hey, Brian, can you get a notepad and a pen? I'm about to tear Mazzy a new one.
But the problem is, he's got this mark. He said it was VG plus. Well, one man's VG plus is another man's VG, I guess. I played it, and it's got some surface noise, or not. Yeah, surface noise on the first 2 or 3 tracks on side 1, and a little bit scattered, a little bit here and there. So I would have graded this a VG. It's still very enjoyable, and it's not something I was going to sell. This is one I was planning on keeping anyway for my personal collection. So it's okay.
What was the Pharaoh Sanders record you traded?
It was the yellow label. I can't remember the name of the album, to be honest with you right
Was
now.
it an Impulse record? Do you remember that much?
I think it was an Impulse. Yeah, I'm not positive though. But you know, I had the Impulse. I had it marked 26, I believe, and which was it was a little bit less than what it's going for on Discogs.
I'm guessing. I'm gonna guess he traded a Pharaoh Sanders record that probably respectfully goes for $50 or more.
No.
It didn't. It was. How much were you trying to sell it for?
26.
Okay. So, and Elliot probably did his research and looked at.
I definitely. What I do is I'll go to Discogs. I won't just look at the median. Median means nothing. I'll go to Discogs. I'll find that specific pressing. I'll go to, if it's a VG Plus record, I'll click on VG Plus in the United States. I'll see what it's selling for, what, you know, the cheapest VG Plus and on down. Sometimes there'll be one outlier. Somebody might have it for $20, but everybody else has got it for 28, 32, 29, something like that.
28.
And then I'll check the sales, past sales, the price for past sales, and that's how I'll determine my price. If it excluding some outrageous outlier, if it was selling for $28, $30, that's when I'd probably mark it to sell for 26, and I probably could have got negotiated down to 24, 23 when I sold it if I had sold it. But again, it wasn't moving.
Okay, this comment just happened. I'm about to satisfy your itch, Kimbo. Our friend from the islands has posted another controversial video. He's going after Half Speed Master. Is anything sacred anymore?
It's like 5 years too late. He's coming on news. Is he reading a newspaper from during the pandemic? We've been bitching about Half Speed
Well,
Master.
I don't know. I think your newspaper stuck in 1975, Mazzy.
It could be. Yeah.
And you know, of course, he's asking AI, what's the best topic for a new video on vinyl in the vinyl community?
Hey, Chris, what would you like us to talk about so you could be entertained? Can I show records?
Can I ask? Will you answer, Alex? What brand were you smoking?
LD.
Yeah.
What?
It's
LD.
one of those lame ass budget cigarettes.
Oh, I never heard of
They're
it.
like $3.
That are rolled on an Indian reservation.
I was smoking Galois. They were like $27 a pack.
Okay.
That's what they are in Canada. They're crazy up there.
Okay.
I thought you were more of a cool smoker there, Alex.
Hey, Jim, can you do your coping with addiction live stream later with Alex? Hey, does anyone have this one?
No.
Exodus 2.
Oh, I have Exodus.
Yeah, but it's Marconi.
Oh, wait, that's the second one. Yeah. Okay.
Second one.
I'm going to take off, guys. I'm just not really feeling the support right now, but I'll come back another
I'm
day.
sorry, Alex. I hear you.
Hey, Alex, why don't you just go have a cigarette down by the river? Okay.
You gotta love him for that.
All right.
He's a coward, ain't he?
Hey, I got a bitch with Eddie. Why did you send Rob?
Okay, so here is a perfect example of me trying to show records, and Jim can type in the comments his message to Eddie. Okay, so I'm going to show records. Mazzy's going to talk about this record. I think 5 minutes he'll talk about this record. Mazzy?
That is a Sundazed reissue.
Is that a different cover?
That was never a proper album. That was never an album.
So what is on this album?
These are, I guess, I don't remember exactly. There's a bunch of them. They're like outtakes, demos, things they did before. I don't remember what's on that exact one. But Bill Irwin, who started Sundays, used to work in-house in A&R at Columbia, which is Sony, obviously, and worked on the Legacy, the Byrds reissues, Donovan, all the, Leonard Cohen. So that's why there's a lot of Sony artists on Sundays. And I don't remember he did like 4 or 5 of those Byrds, which I have. I think I have that one. I can't remember what's on that particular one, but it's stuff. It's not the proper album stuff. It's early stuff.
I picked up. Got this Marion Brown record. He's known for being like a free jazz avant-garde, but this is like straightforward jazz tribute to Johnny Hodges, and it's a great band on here. It's Stanley Cowell, Reggie Workman, and Roy Haynes.
Nice.
This is a cool ass cover. This Jimmy McGriff on that's a cool hype sticker for a radio station copy.
Yeah.
And it's a great band on this.
Back to the Marion Brown. I think his son maintains a social media.
Yeah. If you follow social media, it's his son. I've communicated with his son.
Is his son a musician as well?
I don't think he is. I think he's like a fitness dude, but I could be wrong. This is the original, like it was a shelved record, so it came out as this LT series, and it came out as a tone poet. There's the original Hank Mobley. This is a kick-ass album. I wish more people would get into Pat Martino. Here's a OJC reissue of his East record.
You know, who's a big Pat Martino fan is
Who?
Sean Ono Lennon.
What,
He
Who's he?
mentioned he
Who's-
what
mentioned
instrument?
in the
What's
Rick
his,
Beato interview. He mentioned Pat Martino
what's Pat Martino's instrument?
Guitar. He's a great jazz guitarist. Here's a Benny Maupin 70s kind of funky jazz record. Really cool. Billy Harper is one of my favorites. Here's he put out a lot of records in Japan. So this is on MPS, the German label. This is Japanese pressing. Great record here. This one I picked up with from Jim's buddy Bob Donnelly. This is an Eric Kloss record. It's Peters into free jazz-ish. Great record. This was the find. Me and Gemini.
Gemini.
We
Are you
went
guys
to
dating? Are you guys dating?
we went to a record store in hey Brian, can you stand up to all these attacks I'm getting? Hey, these Dave Bailey records that came out on Epic are hard to find and expensive. This wasn't that expensive, but this is a great live record on Epic in Stereorama. This is sealed. I should open it. I have a couple sealed records, but this I have a Japanese pressing of this. It's the original one has a white cover with these are in black.
Yeah.
This is a status reissue 1963 that's sealed.
Who is it? Can't
So
read
Lem
it.
Winchester was a vibraphonist. He died very young, suddenly, but his stuff's really good. There's a lineup on here. Hank Jones. This is a good record. I don't know how many lead records he put out, maybe 4 or 5. Then another sealed. This is an org reissue of Mingus Dynasty on Columbia. This was cheap, but this goes for some money. These org reissues that Bernie did in the what year was this? 2014.
Was that from Blind Dog?
Yep.
That's
Here,
good.
this is cool. So it's not hard to make Tim University of Vinyl jealous, but I found this the other day. This is the Steely Dan Greatest Hits 2 LP.
Mhm.
And then there's so many different variations. This one has a promo stamp. It's not white label, but it has a hype sticker. I've never seen it with this hype sticker.
Yeah.
And the one you want to find, this is the one you want to find because it's RL on every side. My other copy only has RL on one side, which I'm sure he did the mastering for all of it. But this was a cool find, mainly for the hype sticker. And then this is cool. This is this Ray Brown album on Concord, which is awesome. But this one has Ray Brown's autograph on it.
Cool.
Yeah. And then, are any of my classical people here watching? I found a ton of good classical in mid condition. This record I had to ask Potri about. This is a rare living stereo. I think it was not pressed a lot. This is a very expensive living stereo record. Very, very expensive. And I have a bunch more. I don't know if anyone.
You know, it's been 5 days or so, 5+ days that I ordered my Sharon Karen record, and I haven't got a shipping notice since.
Uh-oh.
That sort of stuff happens.
I think they're using Rhino's distribution. I think he's using Rhino's distribution.
Mazzy, I would complain to Chad, and then after that, too many records.
Yeah.
Rob, I got my shipment from Omnivore, your buddy's record label.
Yes.
I'll be glad to share that if you'd like.
Now they had a 50% off sale.
That's exactly right. It was like a 3-day 50% off sale. So I really got some bargains. I wish I got there earlier. There were several big stars, but they had all already sold out by the time I got to the site. But I got this. This is Omnivore. Gene Clark Sings for You. Some tapes that were later found. I'm assuming it's a two album set. I'm assuming because on the second record, the side 3 and side 4, they're very short on both sides. There's not a lot, maybe it looked like maybe 12 minutes worth or less on each side. I'm assuming they just didn't want to leave one side completely blank, so they just divided it up a little bit on
You're
each side.
assuming a lot, Elliot.
Well, I mean, that's a
You know what
rational
happens when you
question.
assume.
But Gene Clark, I always loved Gene Clark. I never know how to say his last name, but Bert Jansen, the folk guitarist. This is an album that's been out of print for a long time that Omnivore did. Long out of print, limited edition, stereo pressing on clear vinyl. Heartbreak is the name of the album. How do you pronounce his last name?
Janch.
Say it again, Jim.
Janch.
Janch. Okay, and it's on clear vinyl. I won't pull that out. A double record NRBQ.
Nice. I've
logged
seen
in.
them a few times.
Yeah. Celebrating 50 years of NRBQ.
That's too long.
Yeah. And I actually had a OG of this I picked up a year or two ago, but it's nice to see Omnivore press this Honky Tonk album, Honky Tonk Man, from Steve Young, great Alabama, I believe is his place of origin. Songwriter, best known for Lonesome Ornery and Mean and the Seven Bridges song, but wrote a lot of good stuff. Interestingly enough, on his albums, even though he's an excellent songwriter, usually half to 2/3 of any of his albums, he's covering other people's songs. Like I said, they didn't have any big star left. They all sold pretty quick. But this Alex Chilton, Free Again, the 1970 sessions. Alex Chilton, of course, of the Box Tops and Big Star fame. I don't know if it's fame. Would fame be the right word? Because they were kind of a under the radar group.
Which one? Which band?
Which one?
You just said a band was under the radar. Which band?
The Box Tops and Big Star
had that hit song, and he was 16 years old when he sang it.
Yeah, that's right. And he left because they didn't have any control. They just had to do whatever they were told to sing and record. And then, of course, Big Star was huge today, but when they were originally out, they were, unknown.
I believe Omnivore still has the rights to the unreleased Big Star record that they
Elliot
for years.
Elliot, NRBQ is what? It's the New Rhythm and Blues Quartet. Right?
That's right. Yes. Jaco Pastorius, bass player.
Right.
This is called Modern American Music. Period. The Criterion Sessions.
Very nice.
Has sad ending for him. And Hoss Apple and Stamey, Our Back Pages. This is the two members of the DBs.
They put out a lot of DB stuff.
Yeah, they did. This is acoustic versions of some of the DB's songs they had done years before. But this is a nice album. I already had this album, but it was such a good deal. I went ahead and got another one. I'll share it with somebody. But Stamey went on and has done solo work. He's done duo stuff with him. Stamey stayed with the DBs, and Hoss Apple left the DBs after the first couple of albums and was worked with REM on their tours for a long time. And I think when he kind of wanted, considering he had introduced some material to them that they took and wrote songs for, he felt like he deserved songwriting credit, and they wouldn't give it to him. and he kind of felt like after all those years of him working with them, maybe he should be included in the band because the way they did their songwriting, all four members took credit for any song they did. And so even though he contributed to a couple of songs in particular, they refused to give him any songwriting credit and rejected the idea of him joining the band and let him go. But he's fine. You know,
Hold on. Chance needs help. Please DM him with all your vinyl questions.
Hey, can I show some interesting shit that's coming out in the next record?
Hold on, Elliot. Elliot's not done yet.
Well, that's it. A really nice deal. Like I said, they were half price, even with shipping. They came out about $13 each. So I was real happy to get these records.
Mazzy, have you seen this?
No.
Heritage is auctioning off John Lennon's handwritten Beatles manuscript lyrics to the 1964 hit "If I Fell." I don't know if you can make any of that out.
Okay.
But cool, huh?
I'm not the audience for that, but that's cool.
My suggestion is just Photoshop that ad
Fun.
or rip it out of Jim's magazine.
I just thought that was interesting. They got Lennon's. I wonder how much something like that would go for.
My question for Chance.
100,000.
Chance, if I tell you a question here, do I have to DM you with it? Do you prefer Formica or another vinyl covering for countertops?
What about your divan? Do you cover it in plastic?
Hey, now Anthony's here. I'm going to show my classical records. Anthony, can you look at my records and tell me what you think? Anthony?
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to show them. Anthony, here's and I'm good at pronouncing these things.
Good.
Montreux Vienna Philharmonic Orchestra doing Beethoven. This living stereo.
Heard of that guy?
Jim used to look like this as a youth.
As a youth?
I did show. Oh, no, did I show this? This Brahms Symphony.
You didn't show it.
Fritz
Brahms.
Reiner. Huh?
Brahms.
It's the way Rob pronounces.
It's Grom crackers.
Ron.
Green.
All right, I sold a classic records reissue of this, but this is an OG.
Pathétique. That reminds me of. Who's that remind me of? Pathétique.
I don't know, but this is a cool cover. I think this cover is cool. This is Neil Gillis with Fritz Reiner.
Carl Reiner?
Yes, Carl Reiner. You know, Mazzy likes to come off like he has culture, but he does not.
Yeah, I don't.
This is the one that is pricey. This is an expensive record. I know that much.
Munch boss.
Mazzy's just got that West Coast culture, Rob. That's just that West Coast culture.
He has.
It's faux culture.
He is cheese culture. This is.
Lisa Harper reminds me of that. You ever see Play Misty?
Is she here?
Yeah, Normie. She always. You never see Play Misty for me?
Oh,
yeah.
This is not. Hey, what are you calling a Cisco, Anthony? All these are original living stereos. Then this. Is this this is the expensive one? This one.
Very nice.
Thank you, Anthony.
And they tend to be. You see those living stereos, and there might be a lot of 50 of them, and 48 of them worth anything, and 2 of them are just extremely valuable.
Hey, Mark Glassman, if it is Mark Glassman. All these are not English, man. It's
if
a different
you are who you say you are.
I got a couple records, just 2. One is the Tone Poet from, I think, last month. This is excellent. This is Extra Gordon. I love this, so that's a good one. And this is this woman hasn't had an album in a while. I used to buy all her CDs in the 2000s, maybe late 90s, 2000s. But a new album from Beth Orton, more folky, not as electronic as she had been doing for a while. She was
Isn't she mostly folky?
Yeah. But she also did some kind of electronic stuff that's semi-folky with electronics in it. But I love Beth Orton, so. New album here, and it's called The Ground Above. $26, which considering these days, you always wonder, this is okay. Hawaiian guy, if you're watching this, you want to do a controversial video or outrage video. And I would agree with this. Why don't we no longer have list prices for albums? So a new album is always X amount, because you could get 10 albums, new releases, and they go a $20.
Mazzy, the problem with you putting that out there as a thing is that would be helpful. So I don't think that would happen.
But you know what I mean? I mean, we used to have, 598 lists, 698 lists.
You're better off. Let me help you, Mazzy. Hey, too many records. Could you take Mazzy's request and handle it?
No, but that is something like why, I understand people have different contracts, but a Pink Floyd record, or let's say Michael Jackson, whoever, their record wasn't more money until they eventually raised the list price. Like with Tom Petty is a famous example. They wanted to charge $1 more, but there wasn't this fast rate. You never know what a record is going to cost. And like, I can understand a double record being more, if there's a booklet or something being more, but that would be a great subject for a video.
Hey, hold on. I need to handle a few things. First things first, Arnaldo, go make an attack video on Mazzy for this, please.
No.
Now,
Fidelia, wait, let me answer Arnaldo. I know there are list prices, but they're all over the place now. You're in the business, In 1978, 698, 798 list, that was it. Unless it was a soundtrack or a classical record, every record that came out was the same list price, pretty much.
The only problem with standardizing that, Mazzy, is while most records that aren't audiophile usually are $29.99, $30, but there are a lot of really good records that are $20.
Right.
With what you're saying, I would be afraid that instead of anybody lowering their price, something that they would go, okay, we're going to start charging this.
That's a whole other issue, and that will never happen.
$29, make an extra $10.
Okay, we have a news alert. The Supreme Court upheld birthright citizenship.
I just fucking showed that.
You did?
A half hour ago, I showed it on my phone.
That was like yesterday.
I was sleeping.
It was a half hour ago.
Jim, can you do me a favor and sit back in your chair like you were before?
It was
more importantly, what was
you
what
look
was the
like
vote
you're in the
count?
wedding. You look like you're being interviewed. Hold on.
Was it
supporting
9-0?
Right? They're supporting it.
Can I show you my
Was it 9-0
I ripped
my
how could three people not read
Guess
amendment and get it right?
Can all of you old men calm
the
down?
brother on the court is a
Look at that. I tore my bicep. Oh, shit.
All right.
Look at that.
All right. No one cares about your ailments.
The brother and the Italian are
there is breaking news, and it's vinyl related.
Okay, what is it?
The ERC has announced their next title. So if you have $500 or more than that, it's like $560, you can have this title. The Latin Jazz Quintet. Latin.
Is that true? Is that real?
Yeah, this is it.
Unbelievable.
This album, I have a couple Latin.
A good record, but
I have a couple Latin jazz quartet. Yeah. One with Pharoah Sanders, one with Eric Dolphy. I don't know this title, but let me look it up and see that you could probably get an original cheaper than this, right?
Well, you're looking that up, Arnaldo. I understand all that, but there was also royalty things back in the day, and there was just set list prices. I totally understand the reasoning. They're doing it now, but it's unfortunate because you never know what something's going to cost.
All right, here's what an original of that title goes for. So,
yeah, exactly.
How much?
Sharon, Louis.
What is it? I couldn't see it. It's too small a print for these old eyes.
As much as 1,000.
Okay.
There's one copy available for 1,000 on Discogs.
Oh gosh.
Well, let's see if there are other pressings of this. There are other pressings, but only one kind of 1965. The next, there was a 94 reissue. So
What's the
Like
I was
94
saying,
reissue go for?
they'll make a Taylor Swift thing $50 or $40 because they can, and that's as simple as that. Yes, she gets a higher royalty rate and all that kind of stuff, but that didn't affect it before. Once the Beatles renegotiated their contract in '67, when they got a lower thing, they got a higher one. Bigger groups got the same. The percentage thing was different, but the list price for a Beatle album was no different than a Foghat album for some reason in the '70s. So that's my point.
Is this true, Chris, or are you just being silly?
But Arnaldo, all records had there was a $2 difference, unless it was a soundtrack. Soundtracks were always $1 more list price, and some classical like Deutsche Grammophon was $1 more than Angel. Like the imports were $1 more. Now imports are a different thing. Once audiophiles hit, that's a different thing. But things were $5.98 lists, and then they went up to $6.98, $7.98. That's the basic thing. It was always like that for decades, from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, even until the vinyl resurgence of the last.
And there would be bargain.
Yeah,
okay.
There
Hold on.
would have them on sale, and there'd be like RCA month or Columbia month, and they would discount them. Yeah.
Okay. So this Latin jazz quartet, Chris is right, or at least this is what someone on Discogs is saying. It was withdrawn from sale soon after release due to pressing fault, and they never went back and fixed it and repressed it.
And now it's fixed.
Well, I guess Electric Recording Company is gonna.
In the '80s, Chris, you're right. There were there were budget labels. The Nice Price was a Columbia. Warner Brothers had one where they reduced by $1 or $2 the list price of a whole catalog of things that have been in print for 10 years.
Basically reissues, reprints.
Yeah,
when they started the OJCs, how did they market themselves with the hype sticker?
The OJCs were a semi-budget label. They were like
$5.95.
Yeah, they were like $5.98 lists, where everything else then was $6.98, $7.98 lists. So
Nice
those jazz
Price,
records,
and wasn't there another label that called them Best Buys?
yeah, Warner Brothers had one.
Warner
too.
Brothers were Best
And
Buys.
that's why you see those Nice Price stickers.
Oftentimes, if the original had been a gatefold, your best buy would be a
George
single.
Harrison's Extra Texture took away the gatefold, changed the cover, made it a cheaper version.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about dollar bins. This is a different thing. Yeah.
And back then we had cutouts too, and that's something I miss.
That's different.
Because you could send when a record store like you worked at, Mazzy, couldn't sell something, they shipped it back to the distributor, right? They cut it.
The distributors either would cut it themselves, but a lot of times what the distributors would sell off their extra stock. Like some labels, the mafioso labels, would literally destroy records. Right. But labels would send them to wholesalers that bought all these catalogs, clipped them. The reason they're clipped, because when we got them into the stores, sometimes we'd have a record we bought full price. And if they didn't clip them, we could take those cheaper copies we bought and send them back for credit for full value to the labels. That's why you get a crunch.
Hey, Dan B, was this in 1954? Let me know in the comments.
Let me ask you, Mazzy, it always kind of confused me. I know you said some of the mafia labels, Roulette and stuff, would just dump the records, destroy them. When they shipped them back, they were shipping them so they could declare something a gold record early on, right?
There is a running joke of ships gold, platinum, returns platinum. Yeah. Because it wasn't how many you sold at retail, it's how much you
sold to the stores, yes. But what's the rationale for them actually just destroying records that came back? Why didn't they flip them back to a wholesale distributor?
Tax money scheme. I don't know.
So you know the story of Hang On Sloopy and My Girl Sloopy?
I think you're going to tell us.
So Hang On Sloopy was Bang or whatever, was a mafia label. 3 or 4 weeks before
Are you falling asleep, Jim?
3 or 4 weeks before Hang On Sloopy, a band released a song called "My Girl Sloopy," and if you watch the documentary Bang Records, the Burt Burns story,
That's a good documentary.
The guy explains how the mafia guy goes, "Hey, people came into the store to buy My Girl Sloopy, and they walked out with Hang On Sloopy. I don't know what happened to My Girl Sloopy. Maybe it's in the river."
Hey, Jim, isn't it true your first wife's name was Sloopy?
No, that was her prison name.
Oh.
Hey, yeah, that was the mafia.
Is Chance still here? Chance, here's another question for you. What's the deal with Sloopy?
Yep, that's a good show starter.
How about Soupy Sales?
Where did the name Sloopy come from?
And to have two people, two different
John B.
Elliot, it's hard being the expert on Sloopy without knowing anything about Sloopy. Sorry, Jim.
All I know is you got to hang on.
Because when I was a little kid, that's when those songs were out, and I always missaid Snoopy. I would say "Hang On, Snoopy," but it was actually Sloopy. Yeah.
I always said "Kiss This Guy."
Hey, here's something that I've never seen in the vinyl community, but screams for a video to be made about it. And that's people who misunderstand lyrics. That'd be a good video. Mazzy,
Kiss This Guy. Yeah. There's books. There's a
bathroom on the right.
One of my brother's really good friends thought when they did the Pledge of Allegiance for years, why are we saying the Pledge of Allegiance to a guy named Richard Stantz? There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim, next live stream on Thursday, can
Yes,
you please have more Sloopy factoids?
Yes, we need more Sloopy information.
You know what? I suggest to everybody as homework, watch the Burt Burns story.
It's
and
good.
Then on Thursday we can discuss.
Yeah.
I watched half of it at least.
You've tried to sell this documentary before, Jay.
This stream has been a lot of I'm losing it. Has a lot of controversy today.
Really?
Oh, can you name all the controversy?
Alex Dickey, Tokyo Brian, Rob the Wax.
So Tokyo, here's my feeling. Tokyo Brian's a nice guy.
He is.
He hung out with too many records and now feels protective of him.
Here's the thing, though. We shit all over Alex once again. I feel terrible. I feel terrible.
I want to say, Matt, Too Many Records he built his store into a nice store. It's a nice store. It's a little out of the way for me when I'm in Portland, so I don't go there every time, but it's a nice store. You can get your nails and you can get a manicure, pedicure. Lisa Harper,
come on.
Hold on. Next door, you can get a pedicure.
How's the food out there?
Here's the Mazzy I like. Hold on. This is the Mazzy I like. I don't like the Mazzy who defends things. The Mazzy who backhanded compliments people.
Yeah.
That's
nice
the
store if
Mazzy
you want.
And I just want to thank. Someday I want to meet Joe Williamson Jr. Not senior, but junior. I hope So anyway,
there's a record store in Ventura, Salzer's, where upstairs they have a adult toy section. You can buy adult toys there. So I was going to do
just say
stuff for the nursing home.
Huh?
You mean stuff for the nursing home? Adult toys like?
Well, I would assume that at the nursing home they have like dildos and vibrators and shit.
Oh my God!
Hold on. Tokyo Brian, you hung out with the guy for a few days in Japan. You feel very protective of him. I have no hatchet to bury. I defy you to find a. Hold on. Other than me occasionally mentioning he's a douchebag, I defy you to show any like me assassinating character assassinations of him have led to nowhere. He is fine, Brian. The only thing that's making it a thing is you trying to defend him.
Brian, I've made 2 subsequent videos in his store when they're open, and they were nice videos showing the interior of his store.
One of them was a horrible
No,
video.
that was the first one, and that's when I couldn't get in. But once I got in, it was great, and There's a little
Working on that.
lounge area you can sit in, and it's good. It's a nice little store.
Hey, listen, Dan B knows how to shiv people. He's good at it. All I'm saying is, I've stated this again. My opinion, Brian. I've done nothing to hurt that person. He is fine. Me not liking him is not stopping him.
Massey's
being political.
That's not. It's pissing on a monument.
That's political. That is. First of all, it's. There's no respect.
Chance, true friends don't expect anything in return.
Anybody know what this is talking about?
Which one?
Massey's finger of death.
No, me just doing this.
Oh.
You're imitating Massey's finger of death.
People don't like that. People don't like that.
Haven't y'all? Where have y'all been? Don't you pay attention to the WNBA?
Oh no.
Sophie Cunningham right here. She and another player got in this big beef, and instead of her yapping, she just started pointing at her, and she just basically stared her down with the point.
Okay.
And
all right,
we're getting viral now. And y'all
we're ending the stream on a message of positivity.
Now,
when someone is nice to you, just return the favor with kindness and friendship.
And don't point at them.
Yeah. Just do that. Okay?
And
listen.
Should
hold on. Brian, I invite you up on Thursday to defend other people I don't like.
Yeah, you should seriously, go check out his store and figure for yourself.
And go to Amoeba in Hollywood, buy something, and ask the cashier where do they keep.
Okay, here, Jim. Does Too Many Records carry record collector news?
Not as such, and I'll tell you why.
Do they advertise in it?
They don't. No, you don't have to advertise to distribute it, but I believe he's closed a couple of days during the week. That makes it very difficult to deliver. And those fucking UPS people bring the box back to me.
Well, what do you mean deliver? He gets records delivered, doesn't he? No.
Look, man, they try twice. They get there at they go at 9 a.m. The store doesn't open till noon.
Not many stores open at 9.
Hold on.
Some stores I can't distribute to.
Hold on. Taking my page for my new hatchetberry new friend. Too Many Records. I'm going to say, I think I could speak for Jim and Mazzy and Elliot Cruz when I say the stream is over. Okay? Come back on Thursday.
Farewell, auf Wiedersehen. Later.